Hello, we're Beyond the Pole. We are on every Thursday from 10 o'clock until midnight on 106.3 Rochester Free Radio. I'm Katrina Lee. We're waiting for Oz to get here, but he's not here. We're not sure exactly what's going on, but Dawn's going to be doing the call-in with the adult toy of the week from foreplaybuzz.com. It has been very hectic. And so I just took a warhead, just like kind of gagging on it, but it's going to be clear in a minute. Last week's show was absolutely disruptive. It really didn't occur or exist. We had a person who was in the house, in the building, because everyone was nice and kind of let her in and opened the door, and they didn't double check to see if she was a resident. And she's trying to live in the building. And hopefully she got help after she pulled like the fire alarms and disrupted everyone. And we all kind of got in trouble for it in the whole building. And now there's a whole bunch of new rules and structures and codes and blah, blah, blah. Good times, like so much fun. But at least it wasn't our show's fault that did it, because she was already in the building before we got here. It had nothing to do with us, even though it happened during our show. So there's a plus. And we handled it in the best way possible. Like, no one was injured. It was smooth. It was fine. And then later on this week, literally a couple days ago, I was helping a girl who was down and out, and a friend called me and asked for a favor. And I picked her up, and she had all these garbage bags of clothes, and she was kicked out and homeless, and I was going to be taking her to a shelter, which the beds happened to be full. So I foolishly took her to my home, which I'll never do anything like that ever again. But I took her there, and she had like, I don't know, 10, 15 garbage bags of clothing. Everything she owned in her possessions were all in there. Loaded my car, take her in my house. I'm having fun with her. I think she's really nice. We're getting along. We're having a great time. She's talking about how she like had issues with suicide, and I've had friends that have lost to suicide, and that she's looking for like good psychiatric care, and I'm in the psychiatric field. My whole family was. I was going to help her and put her into a different group that she could get some therapy from. And she talked about different problems with addictions and heroin and losing a father to it. And I was like, I felt for her. And she said she was clean and that she was just trying to get back on her feet after a bad relationship. So I didn't think too much of it. And then I'm sleeping. And then at 7 o'clock, I'm awoken to find out that she's got all these bags outside. She looks like she's stealing my car because she's in my vehicle. And she's got my clothing, my items. I can see them all. She took my Spectrum cable box, which is worth nothing. Everyone knows. I mean, really, there's no point to steal that. And had a whole bunch of my stuff. And she's outside, and she's screaming and trying to attack me. So I didn't know what to do. And then my dogs like ran into the street, and it was so crazy. So then I ran back in, and I had to close the garage because she kept trying to hit me, and I'm like non-aggressive, and I don't like fighting anyways, and I really don't want to deal with it, and I don't trust her. I don't know if she's got any illnesses or who knows what, or if she's on heroin or a different disease. I got to worry about getting pricked with a needle. So we ended up having to call 911 because she wouldn't stop, and this man came in before the police got there with a van, and she threw a bunch of my stuff in this van, and then he sped off. And then we stopped because we ran out screaming like the police are coming, and the guy got nervous, and the cops came, and then there was all this stuff, and then they didn't know who to talk to or believe because she was like irate, but I was irate at that point too and screaming, and then my dad was screaming. It was just like a real crazy incident. So we ended up, they didn't really necessarily believe us. She tried, I guess, to jump out of the cop car. So she got another resisting arrest, and she then when they frisked her, they found my like cards on her. So she took all my jewelry, she took my credit card, my debit card, my ID, she took my casino card, she took all my gift cards, she took all my mail, which had money orders. So I had to go to the post office, and it cost $6.15 for an inquiry, in which then they have to see if like you used it or it was cash, and then you'll get the money back if it wasn't or if it came up as suspicious. So I mean, it was a lot of work and a pain in the butt to have to do this. So you don't want to have to get your wallet stolen, but she didn't even steal the whole wallet. She went through and picked out whatever she thought was valuable. So clearly, when I was sound asleep, she went through every drawer and had different bags and all different types of clothes and more, sneakers, jewelry, assets, and had all the time in the world and all my medicine. So props to thieves, I guess. Yay. Or good time, but I just got in the house, so how have you been, Oz?
I'm chilling, man. I got some Wendy's on my way here. I got locked out because I know the new code since we got locked out.
Yeah, I didn't know
Fire
it
department
either.
and
I
everything.
don't even know it right now yet, so.
I'm out of breath. My pants are falling down. My hands are full. So, like, I was trying to run up the three flights of stairs, and I'm gasping over here.
Yeah, getting out of shape there.
You know what? I actually just got my diet back on point. So my diet is back on point finally after like 4 months of just eating, treat my body like a carnival.
Yeah.
So, yeah, now it's a little bit more cardio, and I'll be good.
Yeah.
Gotta say, he looks awful good with that beard shaved off.
Oh
Doesn't
yeah,
he?
the beard's
Looks
gone.
much
man.
better, younger, so it's a good thing.
Thank you. I can't be telling people come to nightclub. Come to my nightclub, little girl. Like it just looked real weird. So I
Yeah.
had to go somewhere.
Yeah. I was just saying about my chaotic week dealing with 2 different drug addicts.
Yo, what happened,
That was just
man?
insane. I was just saying it. It was just a fluke. Honestly, I think the hot pan set it up. It sounds horrible to say, but he was upset about something, and then she kept saying that he paid him to do it, which I don't know if that's really true or not. But she's like in pictures with him on Facebook and stuff, and it looks like it might have been a setup, and I feel really stupid.
Somebody stole all your stuff, right?
Yeah, all of it, and she's linked to the hot pan.
That sounds like a terrible situation.
Yeah, so I'm never ever talking to him again anyways, so he's already blocked. So
I've
it's
heard
been
that,
a
like,
couple days.
47
No, it's been a
times
couple
before.
days though this time. So I really think there's something super suspicious that happened. I can't piece it necessarily together. But the girl's arrested. We have to go to court.
Good.
She got grand larceny. She got resisting arrest, probation violation, and because I guess then later on, I was mentioning it on Facebook, and people who knew her said, "Hey, this girl's done this to multiple other people. You're really lucky that you happen to have caught her because she does it before they can catch her."
Oh, that sucks.
And she picks random amounts from different places, so you don't necessarily know it, but we happen to have caught her outside.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's like a whole scam thing. So, that's why she's been in jail a lot of times. That's, all you can say. I didn't know that when I went to help her.
Sounds classy.
Yeah. Sounds like someone you want to wife up.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm munching on
It's
some
probably a
fries
beast
right
in
now.
the bedroom. Just kidding. So, it's been really fun week for me of a lot of stress and disappointment and fun. And, yeah. I watched a lot of TV and slept. I really slept a lot. It was amazing.
How was your Valentine's Day?
Yeah. No, mine was okay. Yeah, it wasn't last week anyways, so yeah. I had a lot of alcohol. It was great.
Oh, well, that's a win.
Yeah, it was a win, Why not? Let's drink ourselves stupid for fun. But yeah, no, that was wonderful. But so in the radio station, it's time that you can donate or underwrite. And what you do is you just go on to rochesterfreeradio.com and you can call us or go by email rochesterfreeradio@gmail.com, and you can send in $50 a month for our station specifically. You can put Beyond the Pole, and we'll mention you in ads and different stuff, and then on the internet, Facebook, and we'll promote and share you. So you just got to send it in to the radio station, not to us individually, so that the radio station gets its funds because it's community radio and it goes directly to them. So we are Beyond the Pole. We are FZLP Rochester 106.3, rochesterradio.com. I'll yell at them.
We're back, WRFZLP Rochester 106.3 FM, RochesterFreeRadio.com. We got Dawn Marie from 4PlayBuzz.com on the phone. Again, it's 4PlayBuzz.com. What's going on, Dawn? How are you?
Good. How are you guys doing?
Wonderful.
I'm missing my friends. I'll have to take a trip there soon.
Yes, you do.
For sure. Come by.
Super excited. So the business is going great. I am now in 25 states
Wow,
Damn.
congratulations.
in 8 months. So that's freaking crazy. So it's really exciting right now. And as you know, my company is an adult toy company, and we're unique from any other company that we allow men to attend and become consultants. We are truly all-inclusive. We sell American-made lotions and potions, no China on your vagina. No minimum purchase to stay active. And right now it's only $99 to own your own business. You get over $350 in product.
Damn.
And you can also just buy that if you want to just have $350 in toys. You can also get the deal. So it's not just exclusive to consultants. Customers can too. Right now, my toy of the week is so much fun. It is a USB keychain vibrator. So you can get it through airport security, and they don't touch your toy because it freaks me out putting my toys in my bag.
Oh.
Do you ever wonder what they're doing back there with your luggage and your toys?
Oh, yeah.
Doesn't that freak you out? I don't know, maybe I'm just sick. I'm thinking, oh my God, one of these people are, TSA agents are getting off on my toy.
Yeah, there's a YouTube video I just watched the other day. It was a toy going through the baggage conveyor belt. It just kept circulating around and no one wanted to pick it up. I thought it was funny.
Oh, I see that. I was dying.
Yeah, it was. Someone posted on my page. I thought it was great. I was laughing and no one wanted to collect it. And I was just sitting there laughing because my job, I do it every day. I was like, oh.
You are such a trip, dude. I wouldn't be surprised if it would be yours, though. You're a crazy one. So yeah, it's a USB one, and I really like that it's super tiny. You could take it through airport security. You could take it to work when you just need that quick hit.
Yeah.
It's maybe an inch, and I absolutely love that it's so tiny. No one's looking at it. It doesn't look anything like your typical toy. It just honestly,
It's just great.
it looks almost like a little lipstick or lip gloss. So it's called the Keychain Vibe, and it's on the website, the number 4, PLAYBUZZ.com. And when are we going to East Aurora, girl? We need a drink. I need to hear about your life.
Oh, yeah, no. It's been really crazy, but I'm trying to have a more calm, normal life with no drama. So I realize it all links to that same guy that we've had consistent issues with for the past 10 months. I keep going back to like an idiot. But I actually think he staged a robbery on me to teach me a lesson with this girl because he asked me to pick her up as a favor, and then I got robbed.
Oh, my God.
And it was his friend, so, and there's pictures of him on Facebook, so it's like suspicious. So, and then he didn't talk to me and he blocked me. So I don't know what's going on.
Honey, why do you find such loot? Like, you need
Yeah,
to
so I think something happened.
Go date a plumber. Like, honest to God.
He lays good pipe.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly. Normal is not overrated. Normal is very,
I'm like stubborn and I try to like keep fixing someone. So I mean, I guess it's a good sign, but it's not. So when it's bad, I get to take advantage of it. This one really got me pretty bad. So I mean, if he wasn't so suspicious on not responding, but maybe he just is avoiding drama. But I don't know what's going on. So I don't really care anymore.
Your voice sounds sexy. Did you lose your voice?
Yeah, well, my dogs were released when they were the girl who was trying to rob my house opened the garage door. So then they were out in the street, and I had to scream their names. And the one went right underneath the car, and it was really scary. So it was really intense. And then screaming at her, and she jumped and hit me a couple times and hit me in the head with the phone. Oh, she was attacking my father, and then my dad went nuts on me.
Oh my God! I mean, like it's your fault somehow, some way.
It
right?
is because I'm stupid, and then I try to help everyone in the world and don't think about it, and blah blah blah. But you know,
yeah,
it is what it is. I understand. My dad's mad, but my mom's not because my dad went so over the top. Now my mom's got to be like extra good cop. So she's like, "I've got you special cookies, your favorite since you were a little kid." I'm like, "Thanks, mom."
Oh, I love her.
Yeah, and she got these like little pet shop like surprise boxes. You didn't know what animals were in it and everything. And she's like, "Look, I got you a surprise." I'm like, "Oh, someone's sucking up," because Dad was evil. Yeah.
You know what? For once, so it's them on the other side of the sucking up and not you. They feel like they did something wrong, so enjoy it.
It got messed up because my dad was so irate and he was screaming like a maniac instead of like, you know, being logical, dealing with the police the right way, that they didn't know who to listen to. So they're looking at two girls around the same age. And the confusion. And so then they're like, well, we don't have a warrant to go through her bags. We don't know what to do. And so my dad's like, you're a mess up. You brought this girl in the house. We don't even know her. Now you're getting robbed and going crazy, which I understand why he's upset. But with the cops there, he should have shut up, went in the house, been calm, got dressed. He was he was topless and he was wearing these Dr. Seuss pajama pants. Outside.
So
And it looks like a maniac. Yeah, it was quite embarrassing, really. My mom explained it that he didn't have his diabetes shot or coffee yet and didn't start the day. So
If you're robbed before coffee, that usually sucks.
Yeah.
So I kind of do that.
He was in his embarrassing glory and then blamed it all on me, saying I'm the mess of the family and all this stuff, instead of going, well, we just watched this girl robbing all this stuff. She attacked me. She let the dogs out. I found her outside waiting for a ride, stealing things. Instead of saying that, it was more concentrated on blaming everything on me.
Well,
You are the
it's your
donkey
fault, right?
that let that in your life. Though.
I did. I created the problem by inviting the girl in, which is stupid, but I really liked her, and she literally went into Wegmans and she got these like Buffalo Love St. Patrick's Day shirts that were like, she's like, I got us matching shirts so we can go down and celebrate St. Patrick's Day, and
who has a
she's really nice. She left them, but I mean, she seemed nice.
Who has a shirt?
I have them. She didn't steal them. She left them, ironically. So I can be bitter about it and look at it and think, oh wow, what a souvenir. Still a lot of
Are you
stuff.
going back to Florida soon?
Money. Absolutely not. For one thing, I was supposed to be going down, but I don't even have an ID to get an airplane.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, so I had to cancel all my debit cards and credit cards and all my stuff again. And now I got to go through all my password stuff for eBay, all the store accounts, and change them all. And
Are you sleeping in Rochester? How's that going? Do you like in Rochester?
I
again,
like
or do you
Rochester better, but I brought her into my parents' house in East Aurora because I was going back and forth, and I was going to see a concert. I was supposed to go to Travis Scott, which was canceled. It's rescheduled. It's for like May 10th now, or March 10th.
Did you know this woman was on crack or no?
No, she was fine. I think she was sober and she acted normal. I think she might have been sober, and then she found my Adderall, and she ate all my Adderall. Like she took at least 20 to 30 of them.
Holy shit.
And then my Midodrine and my Lamotrigine. One is for seizures and one is for low blood pressure.
That a girl.
So we didn't find the bottles with her property. So we think she took them because we found empty bottles of my medicine. So, I mean, I don't think she threw them outside in the snow. I think she just gobbled them down. She was really crazy, manic. That's why we didn't want to get near her or touch her. We ran to the garage door and closed it. And she was like loading up that van because, I mean, we don't know if she's got disease on the needles. We don't know her. We don't know what's on her. And then she still like my sneakers, all different random stuff. She went through every drawer, my makeup, all this. So it was great.
That all sounds terrible.
Yeah, it was really awful, really. I feel pretty violated. But, I mean, now it gives me a reason to work harder and get new things.
Yeah, that is being violated. That's your home. That's your parents' home. That's, you know what? That's just wrong.
I think the hot pants set it up. It's just too shady. I don't really know what happens. It doesn't make sense. I just got to accept it as it is. So, I learned a lesson, and I will never let strangers into my home.
No, I don't blame you.
Wow, good for you. Good for you, Katrina.
guys.
How long did that take?
Thank you, Don.
Thanks, Don.
MorePlayBuzz.com. Thanks, guys. See you soon.
Thank you.
You want a round of applause for that epiphany that you just got? Don't let strangers on drugs into my house. Here,
Well, we didn't know
I'll
she was on
slow
drugs.
clap it for you.
We didn't know she was on drugs. Thank you.
Jeebus
We didn't
Christ.
know. We did not know.
But
at
you were
the time.
referred. She was referred to you by who?
Ron.
No. Goodness gracious.
She was out, down and out, needed some help. He owed her, could you help her out? And he was going to, write off the thing off the tab. I was supposed to give her $400 to help her get some apartment or something. And then she asked me if she could get a ride. And then I didn't have $400 to let her have him. Ron was going to send it to me. I only can get $200 at the ATM anyways. I have, most people have the setup on there. So I'm like, oh, and she seemed nice. And then she said about, the shelters. I don't want to go to a shelter. And I was getting late, and I was tired. And then I was like, oh, she seemed really friendly. And I'm like, oh, well, I'll just let her stay at my house. And it seemed fine. And then, surprise, she's sneaking out. I was passed out like a light, and half my stuff's outside, packed up in garbage bags, and people are picking up vans.
What if we have it all wrong and she was really friendly and she was just going to clean your stuff up and refurbish everything?
You never know.
What if she was the nicest person ever in the world?
Can you imagine that could happen? And maybe. There's still a chance that she can shock us all and show that there is goodness out there.
Nah.
I'd be amazed. No, because she's been threatening me on the internet, so I had to block her and take down my Facebook accounts. So,
I'm in Facebook jail right now.
I am
It's
too.
okay.
So it didn't matter. I already took it down. So then I was surprised when I got that. I'm like, I'm not even on Facebook right now. I'm like, how could I get banned or on a 24-hour probationary thing? And I was like,
Well, I got 3 days, man.
there's
That's
a booty
garbage.
short. There's a butt picture. I was like, and I didn't even post that. I'm like, that is definitely not my page. Someone hacked it. Then I realized it's on that booty shirt page. But yeah, that was exciting. But we have two pages on Facebook. We're Beyond the Pole Radio and we're Beyond the Pole. And, one was hostage. Now we're all fine and happy in the family all
I
together.
gotta merge those things together.
And then, we gotta eventually do that. So, it was interesting. I'm gonna start this section. It's gonna be called the Freak of the Week, in which we look for the weirdest messed up article or story that we can find, or sex story, and we discuss it. So I was reading today, and I posted on our Facebook page about this woman who is trying to empower women and show that it's not dirty and disgusting to get your periods and have bloody fluid. So what she does is she takes her juice and she smears it all over and paints herself and does weird, strange photographs of her with bloody face. So, I mean, lately, you see this whole controversy over white face and black face, and now there's bloody face.
Listen, I'm glad that I don't have what the girls have and have to deal with that. I'm glad I'm a guy, but I think it's self-serving clickbait. I think that it really, if you have your period, it's great. If you're a family member or a friend or somebody wants to talk about it, you have some questions, or maybe I can help you with something, that's cool. But she's a sex therapist. She's doing it for a self-serving reason, and it has nothing to do with any
It's
type
like
of
attention
movement.
or something.
It is.
See,
It's
the
totally
movement is so
attention.
like until all girls feels not dirty and clean. I don't remember being noticed that dirty. I mean, whatever, it's natural.
No,
Everyone
man.
has it happen. There's nothing you can do about it, and you're stuck with it.
1/2 of the population of the planet, it happens to. At
Yeah.
one point or another in their life, it happens to. It just is what it is. I don't know, some guys get uncomfortable because they don't know about it, but you can't. They don't know about it. They don't have one. What does it matter? Talk
Yeah.
to somebody who does. I think it's just clickbait. I think it's stupid. I think she's trying to get attention to herself for her business.
It's pretty gross.
Good
the
for
whole
her.
thought, though.
Right. I mean, I don't want, at least if I'm wrestling or fighting or something, I don't want anybody else's blood on me. You know what I'm saying?
I agree.
No matter what it is. I don't care if it's female blood, male blood. If it's somebody else's blood, I don't want it. I got mine in my body, and I want to keep it there. Your blood, do the same thing with it. I don't want it near me or on me. Do your thing. I think it's stupid. I think she's dumb for doing it. If her purpose was to get attention, God bless, she got her attention. That's awesome.
That's true.
You know, yeah, I can't
Good
hate that
answer.
part of the game.
Good answer.
Thank you.
It's like getting your Red Wings. I mean, it's kind of natural for some people.
I mean,
but
if it's your thing, it's your thing. If it's not, it's not. Oh well, you know.
Yeah.
Good for her. I don't care. I don't want to see it. I don't want to see my own blood.
yeah.
You know?
I agree. But I think it's time for a song break.
Let's get the Red Bull all over. It's the Red Bull.
I know my only one Red Bull can. Hello, we're beyond the pole. Welcome back, listeners. Hello, hello, hello.
What up? 106.3 WRMC LP Rochester, RochesterFreeRadio.com. If you can download the app, it's super easy. It's free. It takes like 4 seconds to do it. You know how to use your phone. You're on your phone right now. Just do
Yeah.
it.
You can do it.
Damn.
And we're on YouTube. We're Beyond the Pole with
Right.
Katrina Lee. So there's a whole channel, and it gets updated every week with new ones on there.
Ooh,
Doesn't have our music because we got to
fancy.
remove it, so it's even shorter. And then if you subscribe, we pick lucky winners, and they get a prize. And shout outs on the radio for every new subscriber. We'll mention your name on the show.
Yeah, and it's
So you
stupid.
can hear yourself.
That's pretty dope. We get to mention their names, but it's stupid we can't have the music on here because our music is awesome. Gary picked a whole bunch of like 1990s, 2000s rock music, alternative stuff. It's fantastic. So yeah, it was horrible in the beginning. I'm like, what the hell are they playing?
Well, that was Dave. He just kept
God,
kind of playing the
so
same ones, and they were
bad.
in the beginning, but they were like the scene 20.
Yeah.
So it was more like 70s music, and I'm like, I like that too, but we gotta have a mix of
I mean,
everything.
I'm down with some disco, but damn, homie, it was
Yeah, it was a lot of
terrible.
weird ones. It wasn't just go. So why don't you tell us what's going on
Oh man,
in your life?
we're like knee deep right now at the beginning stages of how would I say it? Like a no, that's not not rebranding because it's the same brand. It's more like a facelift. We're going for a whole facelift on one nightclub in Ultra
Okay.
Lounge over on East Avenue there. I got some really, really talented creative people working on the concept and a few themes. So the cool thing about it is I'm going to be able to change the theme whenever I want. So I went with like a black box concept, where in a movie studio you can change the movie studio to like an island or a living room or a desert or the ocean, whatever
Okay.
you want it to. So I wanted to do the same thing with a nightclub because themed nightclubs and bars, they're hot for like a year and a half. After a year and a half, it's beat. Nobody wants to do the same thing every single day.
Yeah.
So I figured out a way to make it so that I can keep the nightclub the same with a few little tweaks, and I could change the theme, whether it's a day, whether it's a year, whether it's a month, whether it's 6 months. So I could change the theme of the nightclub itself as often as I want. Because
Yeah.
like people copy the New York City or the Vegas theme or the different areas or Miami, and it's awesome. It's cool for like a good year and a half, but we don't have that clientele. We don't have that feel here in Rochester. And if you have the hottest nightclub today, a year and a half from now, it's going to be played and it's going to be old news. That's just the nightlife business. That's just how things roll.
They changed their names a lot and the whole concept.
So yeah, I figured out a concept to be able to just change the theme whenever the hell I want.
Hey, that works.
Hell
Why
yeah.
not?
So we're just giving it all a facelift and make it all pretty and nice. Have a couple photo shoots, a couple little things going on, a couple promos, taking care of the nurses, the service people, the military service members, the teachers, the people that work in hospitals, the nurses.
Yeah.
So any Friday and
Hospitality,
Saturday,
okay,
yeah,
yeah.
we get them in for free. They pay no cover. They don't wait in any type of line whatsoever. Thursdays we do more of a college night where you come in With your college ID, you get it for free. If you're over, if you're under, it's $5. There's that. What else is going on? Oh, there's this like VR dating show thing going on that my
I
friends
saw
doing.
that.
Yeah,
Folks are looking for
pretty wild.
studs to go on dates with hot girls.
You know what? Not just
Why?
studs.
Like it was hard to get girls to do it, or I mean, girls already too
Dude.
many signed up, but not enough men.
I don't know. She said she got a bunch of girls to do it, and this isn't any like regular VR people that do like effects for just random. These people do like literally the Star Wars effects, like the VR effects for Star Wars. So it's like a huge deal type of thing. And
They're
they
just
got
weird nerds.
Yeah, I mean, it's just a company that does it. It's
I thought you meant the guys that are hooking up stuff on dating.
The one that did 18 to 80, any type of dude, whoever you are, good looking, not good looking.
18 to 80. Wow.
Yeah, so whoever, you just dudes to date, whether you're a dad or not a dad, single, you know, you just got to be single. That's the only stipulation. It's
and just men.
What?
Just men. It's
Just
like
men.
an auction kind of.
No, it's a virtual reality date. So the first day of the date is
Yeah, you gotta explain to our listeners. They
cool.
don't know.
VR, virtual reality. So the first day of the shooting is they're pretty much just mapping out your body for how it would look in a virtual reality world. So they're taking you and they're copying it into like a computer
I'm
program.
signing Gary up. All right.
I'm in. I'm definitely in.
All the information's on my Facebook. I can't get in because I'm in Facebook jail right now. But they need more men. They definitely need more men. Like she's had a few submissions, but not everybody's really making the cut. So we need more people. You go and they map your body, they map your movements, your mannerisms, stuff like that. It's a whole day of VR mapping the person.
Okay.
The second day is when you go on a date. So you go on a virtual reality date with a good-looking female. And that's all.
Virtual reality female?
Yes. No,
Okay.
it's a real female. It's an actual female who just did the same exact thing as you did
Okay.
in a different place.
Oh,
so
okay.
you're going on the date with the girl. It's just she isn't physically there. It's just a virtual reality copy of her.
Okay.
So the emotions are real. The dialogue is real. What you're doing is real. It's just there's no real physical entity of a person that ever meets the other physical entity of a person.
Okay.
You know, so,
So
honestly,
if you're like a skanky reality date, I mean, could you give a hand job or something virtually?
you know, that's a great question. I
Like
didn't
get it on in the
think of
car or
that.
something all trashy at a movie
Do they have a
theater?
sugar daddy category for me?
Yeah, I'm sure they do somewhere, somehow. And if not, they'll probably be popping up with it soon. Because virtual reality right now, it's on the come up. There's so much cool stuff being done with like
It was probably
VR
less stress
mapping.
to date
Yo.
a virtual reality boyfriend.
No awkward like handholds or sweaty palms. There's no like bad breath kisses. There's no like, you know what I'm saying? I think it's a great first date idea. I thought it was brilliant when I first heard it. So I'm like, yo, that's fantastic. So you're telling me I don't actually have to meet this person, and if I want to just be out of this date, I could be like, "Ba-doop, I'm gone. See ya."
And gone,
And
yeah.
they
And
never
don't know
see
anything
me
about
again.
you.
That's fantastic.
I want to do it so I can just talk on the radio about it with you
It'd be
guys. You know,
interesting.
please.
I like trying different things and having experiences discussed. I try for good ones, not bad ones, but every once in a while there's oopsies. But last week's show was disrupted. It really wasn't our fault. That had it was just chaos. It
Yeah,
was
man,
unexpected.
those guys were jerks. The guys outside, they're being all mean, rude to us. Like we're the ones that did that. Like screw you, old man.
Yeah, the 10 cent they reviewed the videotape and realized it wasn't us,
Yeah.
and so they're all like, "We're sorry." And
Just for the record, it was
we're
you that was
here.
talking junk to the purple-headed crazy lady. That was you, but you just didn't know who she was. You
I didn't
know you were
know.
talking junk
you
about
know.
the person to the person.
Well, what are the odds of all the prostitutes who are
The
addicted to
odds
drugs
are
on the
Katrina.
street? That I picked
That's-
the one. I picked the one.
That is fantastic. I thought it was
It
hilarious.
was terrible. Like she just happened to mention it, and I'm like, "Oh, isn't he dating that girl?" And she pulled him down, or she's addicted to crack. She's a prostitute. And I laughed at Burger King. She's like, "That's me," and I'm like,
That
"Yeah."
made my night. I heard it. I was like, "Broop." Oh, did she?
I was
really?
like, "No," and then I
Did
see
she
Gary lets her in the
really?
back in the studio, and I'm thinking, "What are you doing?" Like,
Yo, that was money.
I was like, "Oh man, this is gonna get bad for no reason."
I at least had a cool picture with the fire truck to show my kid. I was like, look, I got to hang out next to the fire truck. He's like, that's cool, Dad. I was like, I know.
Yeah, right.
We
Yeah,
got
it
her
was,
out,
it
though.
was pretty wild. We did the best way possible, they said. But I mean, of all the thousands and thousands of people in Rochester, it was that one. I mean,
Yeah.
only in my world.
Jesus.
I know a lot of people. She didn't even look like her pictures either. That's why it's even more crazy. So
They never do. ever.
No, I look like
Oh
mine
my
enough.
God.
You know,
Yeah,
like
listen.
other people are like, well, they're all filtered. They got weird dog ears and stuff.
That's
and
because you haven't been at crack.
eyelashes. I haven't taken the time to learn technology because I'm old and I don't care.
But you
Bro.
haven't been at crack whore for 2
Well, her,
years.
too. But I mean, even younger girls with those like doggy filters on Snapchat and stuff. I don't use it, so it's like,
I've had to look at like 80 resumes and applications. And when you get them done through like a social media platform,
Oh,
you
yeah.
go through and it links to their profile and you get to see their profile. So I'm going through some of these things and I'm like, yo, can you have maybe a picture that actually looks like you? And it's ridiculous. Like nobody looks like their freaking picture.
oh, I know. Like when I see people like, oh wow, you actually look like you do. I'm like, yeah. I mean, that's me. So, I don't know. I guess I should join the bandwagon and start doing all that stuff on Snapchat, but I just don't really understand what the point of it is.
Don't do it. If you don't have to do it, don't
It's
do
like
it.
I don't have time to add on more platforms and have to post and do this
Nah.
and that and blah blah
Don't
blah blah
even
blah.
worry about it.
So what's the next big event over at work this weekend at 1?
Well, we're
Any
just
special party or anything for the weekend?
well, we have the St. Patty's Day party coming up, and I just had a photo shoot with our boy Justin, who was
I
on the
saw
radio
that.
with us.
That's great.
So if you catch a picture with him on St. Patty's Day during the parade, he's going to be handing out free drink tokens for one nightclub. So
oh wow! So I just gotta shake him down.
if you get a picture with the leprechaun on St. Patty's Day during the parade, he gives you a free drink token. I figured it was like the coolest, most fun way. Like, who's
I love
gotten
it.
a
That's
free
great.
drink token from somebody dressed as a leprechaun before? I'm like, I never have, and I would 100% be chasing him down for one.
I would too. It's gonna be fun.
For
he gets
sure.
to meet a lot of women and get it on. He's gonna love it.
Dude, he's a pimp. That dude plays it off. He's got a girl and he's really good to her, but homeboy is a Mac. I seen him turn down so much tail, it's freaking ridiculous. He's got like 47 baby moms. Like, I'm like, how do you do it, bro?
We got to get him back in here.
Bro, for sure. Yo, he's got just stupid game, man. He's got stupid game. I don't know what it is, and he's like a bucket list member. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's on every female's bucket list. So he just off of that, it's just stupid.
That's true. You know, like mine even had a person missing a leg, so that's on the
Bruh.
bucket list. You got to get like the freaks and oddities. You're like, oh, that one's got a
Yeah.
hook. Why not? You can pretend you're Wendy or Tinkerbell.
What? You don't need a good man, Katrina. You need a good cell with padding. What the hell?
My dad tried the other day. Yeah, he's so helpful. That's why I lost all my stuff on top of it when I could went through and claimed it. So, yay.
I'm about to head over to one right now. I
You
gotta
can
get
catch
over
us
there. Yes, ma'am. Catch me, find me. I'm on Facebook. I just can't respond to anything right now, but I got two
I
profiles.
can't either because of what Oz did. So we all
It
got
wasn't
Facebook
me. And there was a
accounts,
salty
so.
hater from like 5 years ago on some fan page I created forever ago. What the hell,
knocked
man?
us all
You got
down.
nothing better to do? It's been 5 years, bro. Get a life.
All these people are like, "Are you in jail? What's going on? You didn't post today." And I'm just like, I'll just take down the page and I deal with everyone instead.
Best way to do it. You guys have a good night. Again, it's your boy Oz. Peace.
All right, we're going to cut a song break, and I shall return with some pointers in life. Welcome back, Beyond the Pole, 106.3, RochesterFreeRadio.com. I'm Katrina Lee. You can find me on Facebook. I'm Katrina Lee. I have actual Facebook page. My Facebook profile page that everyone has is Katrina Lee, and also Katrina Lee. Katrina Lee was banned from internet posting because Oz, put me in some booty short photo on some website with something he posted 5 years ago. So I'm in Facebook jail for the first time ever. So everyone after no posts were afraid I was in jail or something bad happened to me and were blowing up my phone. So I deactivated the account for the next couple days. So it was kind of Facebook freedom. I only have my rehab page is pretty filtered. So you have to be somehow involved with a rehab group or an addict looking to get help or looking for information. I do post public so you can check it out and you can see information on the bridge. So speaking of the bridge, we had some major moves that I wanted to talk about last week that I was unable to do because of all the chaos of the fire line being pulled during this show and firefighters and security and then police officers. We were kind of swarmed with emergency personnel. Usually try to avoid that. Luckily, nothing bad happened to us. We were told that it was a pretty dangerous situation we're in, and we handled it effective. So that was great. It wasn't handled the best, but it was handled effective. And that's good enough for us, But it was exciting. So the bridge had the third person and the first female who successfully had it placed on their ear, and the whole cycle for 5 days, in which they've stopped dope sickness in the 18th to 24th hour of withdrawal, and you stopped all signs of dope sickness in 30 minutes, and it was 100% effective. So that's 3 out of 3 in Rochester. So congratulations, Dr. Cool. So the whole thing with this doctor was, once he had so many, then he would allow himself to be able to talk to other doctors in other states and counties and cities and tell them about the bridge, because then he knew it was more effective. Didn't have to worry about anything negative that could occur. And we can expand this device to help a lot of people out there and make a difference in the world. So I'm very excited. I stand behind the bridge. I am not an addict. I've never done heroin. I never will. But I've lost a lot of friends to heroin and opioids. And I'm one of those few people who are out there and we're like, I'm not going to sit there and watch everyone die. I'm going to stand up. I'm going to start making a difference. I'm going to let people be aware of this. I'm going to work with laws. I'm going to make a difference medically. I'm going to be out there. And there's a lot of great charity groups. There's this group called Be the Change in Rochester. And it's got Stephanie Forrester and then Katrina Lee are on there, and a lot of other volunteers. They do needle cleanups, and they go to inner city project houses and heavy using areas, and they have they clean up needles, and they give out lunches and meals and gloves and socks, and I guess it's a really big deal for a fresh clean pair of socks for a lot of homeless people. And they try to help people get into counseling and get to shelters and send me those houses and offer them advice. And these are people who are down and out and lost family members to opioid with overdoses and everything, which is really sad. And they're more successful stories with what they're doing now and make a difference with others. So it's a great thing. And at Beyond the Pole, and not just a pretty face, we collect makeup and hygiene products and coffee and all different stuff, pretty much whatever you're going to donate, clothes, socks, whatever, we can take in and donate to Be the Change. And it goes to such a great cause and people who truly need it and are rebuilding their lives. And it's just amazing to be involved with them, and I just love it. So it makes a huge difference. I was supposed to be in Tampa this week, which I'm not, because aside from the storm canceling my plane ticket and then getting robbed, if I was still there and the storm didn't cancel my ticket, I would have been robbed. So that kind of stinks, but I'm out at least $15,000 in clothing and money, cash, gift cards, jewelry, everything you could think of, which is really pretty sad. But I'm taking it in stride. It is what it is. I already did the days of crying and being negative, but now we're being positive. So there's basically 3 options when we identify when we have a feeling. So you can implode it. You can stuff it down, avoid it, pretend it's not there, and hold it in you so you're going to freak out. You can explode, in which you blast it out disrespectfully or disruptively, or you can express it safely and appropriately. So, when you're dealing with anger management issues, there's different ways to handle your emotions and your feelings. So, all too often, we tell ourselves that we shouldn't have our feelings or that we shouldn't bother anyone with them. So, we judge ourselves as weak. We tell ourselves that we can't talk about it or that we don't know how. So, many of us then end up using substances and obsessing on something or going to a dark place of depression in an attempt to distract and numb ourselves from the feeling or in an attempt to get some comfort from it. This might work temporarily, as most distractions do, but then we end up with the same original feelings inside. Plus, on top of that, we feel bad about ourselves for our behavior or lack of behavior. So, in that case of the depression. So, I've had a very rough 3 days since all this happened to me, and I think I've been handling it well. I shut down. I just slept a lot because I was already drained. But I didn't drink myself stupid. Now, prior times where I didn't know how to cope with my feelings and I didn't understand boundaries as much, I turned to the bottle and I drink myself stupid. And then I'm not saying abuse pain pills at all, but I take 2 of them in normal dose, and I just try to go to sleep and just have it it just went away a day or two. And then you feel so bad the next day that you're like, I'm gonna go and take a shot or something to feel better and kind of cut the shake. And then that shot then turns into more shots, and then it just continues on. And then you realize you just went on binge drinking bender for 3 days, and you don't know what happened. And people are complaining on eBay because you didn't ship out their items and they don't have a tracking number. And it's just really stressful. And, people all bomb out your phone with texts wondering what's going on, or you post stupid things on Facebook. So, it's bad to actually find a way to, like they said, abuse your feelings with the distraction, and distractions are alcohol and substances. So mine is alcohol. So you want to find more positive things to do. So it's important to know that all emotions come in waves. Sometimes small, manageable waves, sometimes medium sized, and sometimes big tidal waves. The next time you experience a wave of emotion, see if you can tell yourself that it will pass. Try saying something soothing, nurturing, comforting, or doing something soothing and non-harmful to yourself. This could be talking to someone you feel safe with, journaling, drawing, creating some way to express art. This is how you feel. The key is to find something of emotion that makes you feel safe and comfortable. My family, my aunt was in the convent in Elizabeth, Pennsylvania. And I would go out there as a kid, and I lived in the convent, and I wanted to be a nun, and was actually in school to be a nun, which is so crazy because look what happened. But they had all these farm animals and everything growing up, and the one Sister Edith, and she worked with the Pittsburgh Art Institute because this is in Pennsylvania. Had it was amazing, an art studio, and there's origami classes and haiku and all different stuff. And I'd go and I'd be in all the classes and learn all different things, and we'd do like all different crafts and go to art shows and raise little animals. And they had a pool, and the nuns would all go there, and they had these like really over the top heavy, like you could see nothing type bathing suits. Like they were crazy, like back in the 20s style ones where like it covered their knees, and it was different. But it was great growing up in the convent. A lot of people don't have that experience, I guess. Probably won't. But it was fun as a kid, so. The more compassionate and kind you are towards yourself when you have feelings, the sooner and more successful those feelings will move through you. And once you're comfortable with all your emotions, there is no longer anything to avoid or fear. Whatever that feeling is, you're up to it and welcome it, and then return to peace and presence until the next wave comes. So what we all need is a safe port and a storm so that we know when life gets hard, we have someplace to land. Everyone wants to hit a safe little spot in life. I mean, who doesn't? So for many, their safe places to land in obsessive thinking or checking out in some way. So when you can turn to internal soothing and external support, then you can always have a truly safe place to land that do not leave you feeling worse or depressed or anything afterwards. And once you have learned the most important lesson in life, how to reveal and heal, that's how you learn how you can truly feel. So, I mean, it's important feelings. So, how are you feeling today, Gary?
I'm feeling really happy that you're here and you are surviving everything you've been through in the last 2 weeks. It's been tough, and we've talked a lot, and you handled it really, really well, and I'm proud of you.
I'm doing good. I'm coping. So, yeah.
Yeah. But, it's onward and beyond. Beyond all this, you just got to focus on what you got to do and rely on the people who really, really love you and take care of it all.
Laugh it off away. So
Yep.
Fun. But yeah, so most of us are raised with well-intentioned messages to stop crying immediately. Like, we don't want to let our feelings out, especially men. Like, they're embarrassed. You got to be strong, hold it in. And then so our caregivers know that by telling us not to cry or giving us a cookie or a bottle every time we're sad when we're babies, gives our brains a message expressing sadness is not okay. And you should keep it out, like shut it down, don't have it around. So as for anger, most of us are told to go to our rooms and come out when we're ready to behave again. Now, well-intentioned and likely meant to help us be good rather than what it really did, which is to teach us to hold in our anger, which then leaks out in inappropriate ways, or leaks in on ourselves in the form of self-criticism, depression, addiction, using drugs to not feel the anger or the rage that you hold inside. And so what we do is with feelings, if we are not going to stuff them down, we blast them out or in hurtful or destructive ways. So how do we cope with our feelings and emotions so they don't transform and manifest into addictions, anxiety, or depression? Well, I don't know. So before we read more into it, this is a problem I have. I let people take advantage of me, and they just take advantage over, and I hold it in. And then I pop off on the wrong person who really didn't deserve it. Or I've, in the prior times, this isn't all the time, decided that, hey, I'm going to drink a whole bottle. And then I'm going to send crazy text messages and let you know how I feel. And it'll be all spelled right. So then they think, and like kind of makes sense. So they think I'm sober when I didn't, when I'm like really blackout drunk. And that's embarrassing. And No one really wants that, and it's happened way too many times.
Everybody has their different ways they deal with it, and alcohol and
Or
drugs.
pop off on someone.
Yeah, and it's to take it out on
Bite
somebody
their
else,
toe.
somebody who's close. They
them with
they
a
understand.
fake
They've
leg.
been there before.
Yeah, it's crazy. So, I mean, you gotta kind of calm it down. So, the natural state is to be present and at peace. So, when a feeling arises, if we are healthy and not lost in depression, obsession, or addiction, we experience and express that feeling and then return to peace and presence. If you look at kids, how do they live in the present moment? Like, I'm a big child. I live in the present moment. I think that's fun. Just get up and do what you want when you want and explore and be able to go all over. And that's one of the cool jobs when you're a dancer or you have your own business or you have, like, you're independently wealthy and you just go whenever. Because you get to really experience life. But when a feeling is triggered, they may need to cry or have a tantrum. So if their feelings are welcomed, acknowledged, and validated, they are done fully expressing their emotions and move back to being present again. So pretty simple, but pretty much what it comes down to is depression, anxiety, addiction, obsessive thinking are all good at times to avoid and distract from feelings, but in the long run, they don't work. Letting out our feelings in a safe manner is what helps us move through them and return to peace. It's healing and natural to express our feelings. In fact, crying has proven health benefits. Scientists examined and compared that tears are produced by onions and that the tears are produced by emotions. And tears that are there, I mean, it's how you relieve yourself of toxins. So crying also helps to remove chemicals and hormones that are stored in our body from stress. So that's why people sometimes say they feel relieved when they're letting those cry.
Crying it out.
Helps stop stress.
Crying it out is the way to
crying
do
it
it.
out. Get it out. Get off your chest. Like, tell people how you feel. Maybe you don't need to do it in the first little bit because I learned in anger management class that you had to, like, honestly, like, your time isn't right. And sometimes you need to wait 24 hours for a cool down period before you should say anything. And make sure you don't say anything that you're going to regret because that happens quite frequently with a lot of people. You just pop off, you're angry, you say all this stuff, and then you're like, spaghetti-o. But we're going to cut in a song break, and we shall return. Welcome back, Ruby on the Pole. I'm Katrina Lee, and we are WRFC LP Rochester 106.3, Rochester Free Radio. You can go on our website, rochesterfreeradio.com, and send in a donation or a shout out of a song you want to hear to our station. Just say Beyond the Pole and send $1, $2, $5. I mean, you can be generous. Send 100, whatever type of incremental amount. They have different prizes you get for donations, and it's fun. So, good time. We are on every Thursday from 10 o'clock till midnight. You can find us also on YouTube with Beyond the Pole with Katrina Lee. And I'm going to inform you about some interesting penis facts you may not have ever heard about or known. So most guys naturally hang left or right. They say it feels more comfortable that way. So it's okay to ask your guy, how's it hanging? That's what the book says. So guys can keep an erection for 40 minutes, even longer when they're teens, although it's not an Olympic event yet. So most guys name their penises President Johnson, Pope John Paul III, Donald Pump. So ask your guy what his secret penis name is or what it is for the penis altogether.
Mine was Charlie. I'll come right out and say
That's
it.
so boring. That's not creative. I guess that's okay, Charlie, but I like Donald Pump. That's kind of funny. It's just clever, like Pope John Paul III. But then they say many guys think they're smaller than they are. So they look down, the pubic hair hides some of it, and the perspective from above gives a smaller impression. So, I mean, they might be, like, not exaggerating. They might be actually devaluing it. That's a different thought. Shrinkage is a real phenomenon. So, swimming in cold water does shrink the penis in New York second. So, you can't tell a penis size by looking at a guy's hand size or foot size or nose size or cur size. It's hereditary. So, the human penis is among the largest of all world's primates. So, but only when compared to body size. So it's not everyone. It's body size versus penis versus monkey. And then soft size is no indication of hard size. So the smallest penis can grow huge, while the hugest penis can just get stiff. Ejaculations can exit the penis at about 28 miles an hour. And some guys can actually hit the ceiling, too. So this came from Tickle is Pickle by Sadie Allison. And is a hands-on guide to penis pleasing. So I thought that was interesting. You can hit the ceiling. Have you ever hit the ceiling?
It can shoot out pretty fast, that's for sure.
Yeah.
go right by the girl, you know?
Shoot right up at the ceiling. Bing! I don't know. So I guess one ball always hangs lower than the other. So it keeps them from bumping together when you walk across your leg. So as a man, like there's always one that's lower.
Now, the curving to the right or the left, is that limp or when it's erect? I don't understand that.
I guess how you keep it in your pants. It's not just sticking up in the air or
Oh.
something. I don't know. I don't know. It says it feels more comfortable that way. So I guess how you, I don't know, pack in your pants, your jeans. I'm not sure. Interesting though. Lots of interesting advice in this book, which we will go through in a bit every week and give some advice and positive things. So, Be the Change is a group that we donate a lot towards, and they meet every Sunday, and they're on the radio on this station at 4 o'clock, and they help addicts, people in need. So, if you want to volunteer, I suggest you volunteer for them. They're amazing. And my friend Manda, she's a single mom. She's working really hard. She just started doing eyelashes. Oh my gosh, she did mine. They're amazing. Hands down the best of anyone that I've ever received it from. So if you want to check it out, it's Mandy's Nail and Lash Corner, and it's on Facebook. And I mean, you can see it. It's like unbelievable. Like hands down, I've gone to several people, and the girl I liked for a while, she got pregnant, and then she took leave. And so I went to like 4 different girls at a time, and then no one was as good. So then I went to Amanda, and I was like, wow, I'm not going to anyone ever again. Like, she was just spectacular. So it's worth the ride. It's in Rochester. She's a sweetheart, and you'll love her, and she's just fabulous. So quick song break, and then we'll be wrapping up the evening. So it's Beyond the Pole. Hey, welcome back to Beyond the Pole. I'm your host, Katrina Lee. Oz was here earlier, and Dawn Marie from Foreplay Buzz gave us the Sex Adult Toy of the Week, which is kind of discreet and fun way to sneak around and not get caught, the keychain bullet. So I'm excited. It was a great show. I'm looking forward to next week. I'm hoping I have a drama-free week, and I can enjoy myself with no stress, so I can come up with some pretty cool ideas and arrange some nice tasks. It's coming up close to St. Patrick's Day. Bailey, who is one of the original people on our show, is going to be coming in and bringing a cool guest and talking about, it looks like a masquerade type party. And it's nice to hear some updates on what it's like in the male adult industry from a male stripper's perspective. And it's been a while, almost about a year since he's been on, really. He's been very busy with Stags and getting things done in Buffalo, and we record in Rochester. So Thursday night is a busy night for most people in the adult industry, so it's hard to get call-ins and people just to pop in at the studio. We used to have no problems, honestly, when it was on Sunday. It was so easy, and everyone just kind of came in. They had nothing to do. It didn't interfere with club hours, but it's the wrong time because children could listen to our show, and it wasn't correct. I mean, we were literally on at 5 o'clock. And yeah, it's way better now. So we have to worry about damaging the future of America little by little through adult toys. They have Armand shows next from the House of Guitars. I was just out there last week, and I went with my girlfriend Mia, who dances out in Buffalo, and she's going to be popping into Playmates. And Playmates in Byron, Batavia, I have an adult store in there, is going to be open now every day of the week. So it's now open Sunday and Monday with your favorite Playmate hotties. It's a XXX Cabaret license. Dances are 3 for $60. So it's buy 2, get 1 free pretty much. And it is full contact. Hop off the stage, but there's no alcohol. Most people I know drink beforehand when they get there. And it's a great time. Full nude, 18 over. Good times. You can use adult toys. You can do whatever you want, pretty much. There's a shower show, pool table, dart table, blah, 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 blah. It's great. We're going to be on next week, and we're going to have lots of fun and excitement and more porn star interviews for your liking. And check us out.